So hello and welcome everyone to this Simple Ed Virtual US Education Fair. My name is Khwaja and I am the Director of University Relations for Simple Ed. So I will be guiding you through this today. Well, the pandemic has forced us to find alternatives. However, we need to continue with our efforts of helping students looking out for higher education opportunities in the US. This is one such effort to bring you all together. Students, today we have with us 18 US universities and colleges. Their names are Northeastern Illinois University, Evergreen Valley College, Wichita State University, State University of New York Plattsburgh, State University of New York Stony Brook, Ohio Wesleyan University, University of Redlands, Methodist University, Wells College, Lone Star College, Mcneese State University, Widener University, Salt Lake Community College, Minnesota State University, Mankato, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Missouri Western State University, Wright State University, and San Mateo College of Silicon Valley. Well, I welcome all you representatives out there. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on board. And students, these representatives will be informing you about their respective institutions, of course, along with their introductions. And the presentation time allotted for each is 5 minutes. Please also note 5 minutes will be dedicated to question answers after presentations of every 6 universities. So after every 6 universities that have presented, there will be a 5-minute round of Q&A. And after every university presentation, there will be a survey question which was sent to us by the university for the students. And which of course the students are required to answer. So let us begin with our first 6 institutions in this order. So first coming on board would be Northeastern Illinois University, followed by Evergreen Valley College, then Wichita State University. After that, it will be SUNY Plattsburgh, then SUNY Stony Brook, and the 6th in this slot would be Ohio Wesleyan University. So now may I call upon Chris to follow from Northeastern Illinois University. So Naveen, I would request you to make Chris the presenter. Yes, thank you. So Chris, you just have to follow the protocols, as in just click the video link icon over there. Chris, I hope you can hear me. If you're having any problems, you can just write in the chat box, Chris. Okay, so it's just taking some bit of time. No worries, we can wait. It's the internet. Yeah, it's about to start. Yes, okay. Now we can. Over to Chris now. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Welcome everybody. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. I'm the director of the Office of International Programs here at Northeastern Illinois University. I'm also faculty here. And Northeastern is located in Chicago. We're in a quiet residential neighborhood just a few minutes from downtown. We're a public university founded in 1867, so we're celebrated over 150 years of continuous wonderful education. We're listed as the safest university in Illinois, and we're also ranked #1 in social mobility, which means that if you get an education here, you're going to go places with that education. We're one of the most diverse universities in the United States, the most diverse in the Midwest. Half of our classes have under 20 students. We're a teaching university. That's what teachers are here to do primarily. So that's what they really care about. They're supportive and they're caring. They used engaged teaching methods, including getting you involved in their own research. I can attest to that because in addition to being a faculty member, I'm also the proud parent of an alum who just graduated and now has a very nice position. He got to do 3 different research projects while he was here. For incoming freshmen, we have a wonderful first-year experience program, which gets you acclimated to the school and gives you tips on how to be a successful student. And like I said, we do have undergraduate and graduate student research opportunities. We also have many success and support programs, everything from tutoring to a writing center to many other opportunities, including assistance into PhD programs. We have a network of over 83,000 alumni, and that helps us to place you in internships as well as get OPT placements for you. Over 100 different countries are represented on our campus, not just by the students, but also by the faculty, a third of which are themselves foreign-born and have been international students, so they will understand you. We have partnerships with over 40 universities around the world, and we also run annual research and business conferences that students can get involved with. I'm going to try and change my slide. Let's see if that works. If not, could I have assistance advancing the slide, please? We offer 48 different bachelor's undergraduate programs and 55 master's programs. I have shown a list here of some of the ones that we find are most popular with our international students, and I'd be happy to talk to you in more in depth about these and other programs if you contact Simple Ed after this, and we can have a more one-on-one engagement. We have internship opportunities. The Scholars Program helps you get into PhD programs. We're also involved in large research projects, including Chicago Check, which does cancer research across the city. And like I said, we had faculty run tours. We use Chicago Air Laboratory for internships, for OPT training, for research, and then it's also a fun place to hang out in your spare time, of course. There's many things to do, from festivals, music festivals, and everything else. We also have many student clubs. We encourage you to get involved in student clubs because that's where you're going to meet students with similar interests, develop your leadership skills, and build your resume. And of course, we can't leave a presentation without talking about where you live. The residence hall is a brand new apartment style living arrangement, and we've made special arrangements to deal with the pandemic. I can talk to you about that as well. And finally, I'd like to share a little bit about costs, of course. We expect living expenses for whether you're a graduate or undergraduate student to be about $14,500 per year. That would include everything from books to healthcare to food and a place to live. And then you'll see to the left of that the tuition per year for undergraduate students and master's students. The difference in those costs are because undergraduate students, in order to finish in 4 years, would take 5 classes a year, whereas master students would take, 5 classes a semester, whereas master students would take 3 classes a semester. For the undergraduates, we do guarantee that tuition rate for 4 years. Everybody also wants to know about scholarships. About 75% of our students are on partial scholarship. And these are listed, some of the more prominent ones. Again, I share a full list with you upon request. And finally, I want to close with a bit of information about me, and I want to thank you for listening. You can see our website listed there, and I'm Dr. Chris Tuffalo, as I mentioned. I direct the Office of International Programs. If you email me, we could set up a time to chat by WhatsApp or Skype or whatever venue you like. I want to thank the Simple Ed for allowing us to do this, and I do look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
And on time. Thank you very much.
And I'll be here for the Q&A as well.
Yeah. All right, so students, you have the question on your screens. please answer that question. Would you be willing to do your first semester in fall 2020 online if necessary to stay safe during the COVID-19 pandemic? So whatever your answers are, yes or no, just select that and submit. So you are requested to do that right away so that we can move on to the next presenter. All right. So now can I request Liz to be brought on for the next round for Evergreen Valley College? So Naveen, could you please make Liz the presenter? Thank you. All right, so we have Liz there. So Liz, you will have to, you see an AV Pod box over there. You just have to click onto the icon which will turn your video on and the microphone, the audio. There it goes. All right. Hello, Liz. How are you doing?
Hello. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. So over to you, Liz. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much to Simple Ed for having me here this evening. It's a pleasure to talk a little bit about Evergreen Valley College. We are located in Silicon Valley, California, and I know that you'll recognize some of these companies here. So I'll talk a little bit about the community college. It's a little bit of a different higher education program than the four-year institutions. So let me get into that. If we can turn the slide. Okay, there we are. So how do community colleges benefit international students? So we have what's called a 2+2 plan. So with the traditional four-year university, you would get in as a first-year student and complete your entire 4 years to receive your bachelor's degree. In the community college model, you complete your first 2 years of community college, and that's the same classes in the first 2 years of community college that you complete at the university. So all your general education classes, including classes of specialization. So at the community college, you have the opportunity then to transfer to the university. And I know in many countries transfer is not done, but in the United States it's actually quite common, and many universities actually recruit from community colleges because this is a very common model here in the United States. So you complete your first 2 years with us, and then you complete your final 2 years at the university to achieve the same bachelor's degree that you would receive at the university. So the bachelor's degree is the same. It's from the four-year institution, no matter which way you go. So why would students perhaps choose to do this? Because community colleges are a way to save money for the first 2 years. Now, community colleges in the United States is a massive system of education. It's over 14 million students every year who go through the community colleges. And universities, as I mentioned, really like community colleges because they're actively recruiting on our campus. So on our campus, we have many institutions in a transfer day who come to talk to community college students and who work with them to try and get them on their campus for the final 2 years. So just to give you a sense of the different institutions that we work with, our institution works with all 23 California state universities, and additionally the UC system, 6 different institutions within the University of California system. And I want to highlight to you that for international students, really transfer is their every goal. So over 95% of Evergreen's students, they actually transferred to the four-year university, and we help them do exactly that. So when you come on campus, you would meet with an educational counselor who designs a plan just for you based on whatever you would like to do, whether that's chemistry, business, economics, So here we have a tuition price comparison, just so you can get an idea of the cost savings when you come to the community college. So the tuition per year, this is all per year, is around $9,500 for the community college. At a California State University, you're looking at around $22,000 per year just for tuition. And for University of California, around $46,000 per year. All things told with the community college, it's about $22,000 per year versus about $35,000 per year for the California State University and around $58,500 for the University of California. So you can see why it becomes very compelling for students to save money in the first 2 years for their undergraduate degree and then transfer to receive their bachelor's degree. So just a little bit about student services and campus life. So we offer free tutoring. There's lots of computer labs around campus. There's extensive library on campus with electronic resources. As I mentioned, we have an educational counselor who works with each student individually. There's lots of student activities and student programs, student clubs. So that's a little bit about us at Evergreen. Oops, I think I lost my slides there. Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for, I must have run out of my time, but thank you so much, and you're welcome to contact us at international@ebc.edu. Thank you.
So much for that presentation. And so we have the question there. So how do we work with Silicon Valley companies? So you're requested to give your feedback and then just submit your answers. All right, so now may I call upon Sam Eastis from Wichita State.
All right, can you hear me?
Hi, Sam. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Very clear. So over to you, Sam. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So, hello, everyone. My name is Sam Eastis, and I am the International Admissions Advisor for Wichita State University. Today, I want to tell you just a little bit about our university, the city where we're located, and some of the opportunities that you can find there. So, all right, so Wichita is located in the state of Kansas. As you can see from this map here, we're right in the middle of the United States. A lot of people, when they think of Kansas or when they think of Wichita, they might think that there's not a whole lot there. But as you can see from this picture of our downtown, we do have quite a bit going on. We are certainly a city. In fact, we are the largest city in the state of Kansas. We're 424 square kilometers. So we're roughly the size of Ahmedabad, just a little bit smaller. And we currently have a population of about 630,000. A couple more things about Wichita is that we were recently ranked as the most affordable college city in the United States, as well as ranked first in the percentage of jobs involving STEM occupations, STEM being science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So Wichita State University is a public university founded in 1895. So we just celebrated our 125th year. We have 6 different colleges offering excuse me, we have 6 different colleges that offer more than 225 different academic programs, and we do have programs at the bachelor's, master's, and PhD levels. Our current student population is around 16,000 students, and more than 10% of our students are international students coming from over 100 different countries. So as I mentioned, we have 6 different colleges within our university. And so real quick, I'll mention those. We have our College of Business, Health Professions, Applied Studies or Education, Fine Arts, and Liberal Arts and Sciences. And then our most popular college with international students is certainly our engineering program. Our engineering program is ABET accredited, which is an international accreditation, meaning pretty much wherever you take your degree, it will be recognized. Our engineering program is also ranked as the 95th best engineering school in the United States. So we're proud to be a top 100 engineering school. A couple more rankings are that we're ranked first in industry-funded aeronautical research and development expenses, as well as 5th in industry-funded engineering research and development. All right, so a little bit about costs and scholarships. We estimate that your first year with us would cost right around $29,900, or about 27 lakhs. This cost estimate includes your tuition and fees, your housing and meals, books, and health insurance, so pretty much everything except for your transportation. But we also have a great scholarship called the Global Select Scholarship. The Global Select Scholarship is available to all international students with a grade point average of 3.0 on a 4.0 scale, or its international equivalent. It covers 36% of your tuition and renews automatically every single year until you graduate, or until the end of your program. So if you are to receive this scholarship, it would reduce the cost of tuition by almost $5,000, bringing the new cost estimate to about $25,000 or 19 lakhs. So this is one of the last things I want to show you. This is a map of our campus. Over on the right side, you can see a lot of green space that actually used to be a golf course. It's no longer a golf course, but it's what we're calling our innovation campus. So on this part of campus, we're inviting new partner companies onto our campus. So for example, we have Airbus currently on our campus. And the reason we do this is to provide our students with research, internship, and employment opportunities while they're students working at some of these really cool companies. We have a new engineering school over there, and we're building a brand new business school as well that's set to open in 2022. So we're pretty excited about those things. I'm not able to see my timer, but I imagine I'm getting close. So thank you for listening. We appreciate being you all listening. Feel free to reach out to us, or reach out to Simple Ed, and they can certainly connect you to us.
Naveen, can we please invite Peter Rosenberg and make him the presenter? All right, Peter, I see you there. Thank you so much for joining. So you would see an AV Pod box there on the screen. So there you see these video and microphone icons. You just need to take your cursor onto that and just switch it on. So you just need to turn on your video and microphone where you have your AV pod box. So in that, so you would see a video icon and a microphone icon. Yeah, now you seem to be. Yes, there we go. Can you hear me? I still cannot hear you. You'll have to switch on your microphone as well. It's just next to.
There we go. We
Yes.
should be okay, right?
Yes. So over to you, Peter. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, my name is Peter Rosenberg. I'm the International Admissions Advisor from SUNY Plattsburgh, and I'm very jealous of my colleague from Wichita State, as it appears he had a haircut recently, and I don't know how he managed that, but I really need one. Plattsburgh is a 4-year public accredited college located in northern New York State. We're a small city, about 30,000 people, but we have the amenities and things that you would need. We have a local international airport, train station, hospital, shopping centers, everything like that. So even though we're a rural place, we have everything you need. There's a number of food options and entertainment options in our downtown area, which is a very short 15-minute walk from our campus. I live downtown. I'm speaking to you from my kitchen downtown right now. We also have a free shuttle from our university to take you around the city to shopping malls and supermarkets and things like that. Next slide, please. So although we are a rural area and a smaller city in the US, we are close to very lively urban places. For example, Montreal, Canada is 1 hour away from us. To the north, Boston, Massachusetts is 4.5 hours. New York City is 5 hours away. So although it's a rural place, it's very easy to access large metropolitan areas when you want to go out and see something and have an adventure with your new friends here at the university. We are also located in the Adirondacks mountain range, which is a very beautiful mountain range up here in northern New York, and we lie on the banks of Lake Champlain. So with this natural environment here, it's very beautiful, and a lot of tourists come in, which really helps keep things fresh and lively. There's 4 seasons here. Right now, it's incredibly hot. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very hot right now. We have all kinds of activities for all year round: skiing, hiking, water sports, and so on. So there's a lot to do here in this rural, beautiful environment. So this combination of urban and rural with entertainment, history, landscape, all of this, it brings a lot of students and faculty here, which really improves our diversity and really makes this an interesting place. When people think rural, they think maybe not so diverse, but that's not true here. We've got 5,000 students, 325 of them are international. They come from around 60 different countries. The average institution has less than 1% international students, but ours has 6%. And we're very proud of this fact. We are a diverse institution. Next, please. Next slide, please. Thank you. So I'd like to talk about academics here. We have over 70 majors. Most of our most popular would be computer science, business administration, accounting, economics, biomed, and computer security. We also have a very interesting major in robotics. I believe there are only 2 universities in the SUNY system that offer robotics, and we were the first one. It's a relatively new program, but we're very excited about it. And it's quite interesting from what I'm told. The biggest attribute we have, the best thing we can offer you is that you're more than just a face in the crowd here. That when you go to a larger school and you have 100, 200, 300 classmates, you're just another person, another number, and your class is taught by a graduate assistant, more often than not. Here we have a very good student to faculty ratio of 16:1. That means that you're able to build a relationship with your instructor. That means over your 4 years here, your professor is going to know your name, know your face, know where you're from, know what you're good at, and most importantly, know what you're not good at, so that this instructor can help cater their instruction to you and help you improve in the areas that you need. And this is priceless. We've had students say every year, all the time, that SUNY Plattsburgh is their biggest asset is their faculty. The instructors are always eager to help students, not only inside the classroom, but outside. And when you build this relationship with your instructor, it will last over time. When I got my job at this university, the first reference on my resume was my instructor from a small liberal arts school 16 years ago. I still keep in touch with them. You will do the same thing when you build that relationship here at our university, and it will last your lifetime. Next, please. So I always ask students, when it's time to decide where you're going to go, what's most important to you? Please consider these points. I'm almost out of time. If you'd like to talk about cost and scholarships, a cost for 1 year is about $20,000 to $35,000, depending on the scholarships. Please reach out to me for more information on that. I'm out of time. Thank you very much for attending our webinar, and thank you, Simple Ed, for having me.
Well, thank you so much. And I am equally jealous of Sam you were mentioning. So, so well, can we have the question, please? All right. So so this is, of course, for the students. Please pay attention and just place in your answers. Have you considered the size of the school you want to attend? So please go ahead and submit very quickly. And now can I please request Naveen to have UC on board? So UC Wahib from SUNY Stony Brook. There we go. So UC, I see you there. You would see an AV pod box, and you just, oh, there you go.
Hello guys, do you hear me?
Yes. How are you doing, UC?
Very good, very good. Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
So over to you. Thank you.
Great, thank you. All right, so let me just manage my slides here very quickly. Great, so hello everyone, my name is UC from Stony Brook University. As you know, well, just before I start, I actually had a haircut 2 days ago, so I managed to do that on my own. So that's an answer for you guys. So sweet. So Stony Brook, my name is Yusuf, International Admissions Counselor at Stony Brook University. Stony Brook University is an internationally recognized research institution and one of the only 4 university centers in New York State. So we are located in New York, as you can see. Yes, we are outside the city. Only 100 kilometers away from the city. So we are a large university with more than 26,000 students. We are, in terms of ranking, Stony Brook University is ranked among the top 1% in the world. We are also among the top 35 public universities in the United States. And in the United States, there are more than 4,000 institutions. So that's a good thing to think about. In terms of value as well, we are among the top 15 universities in the United States, which means like students love it, that they want to stay until they finish the 4 years at Stony Brook University. So we are located outside the city with a population of 26,000 students. We have more than 4,000 international students from India specifically. We have around 900 students that are actually currently studying either grad or undergraduate their degree. So we have more than 200 academic programs. As you can see here, you can go to our website and see types of major and minors, specifically pretty much anything you're looking for, we have it. From engineering, that's where we are very famous for. We have pretty much anything in engineering. We have computer science, mechanical, electrical, civil, environmental, and so on and so forth. We also have math, physics, and so on and so forth. So they are all like housed in different colleges and departments or schools, as we call them. We have College of Arts and Applied Sciences. We have College of Engineering. We have College of Business, School of Journalism, and also School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences. So most famous majors that we have are engineering, psychology, journalism being one of the only SUNY schools actually in New York to offer a degree in journalism and also business. We can talk more elaborately about that, but to not forget, we also have medical programs. We're very famous for our medical programs, and as a research institution, we've been involved in a lot of research, more than 2,000 innovations that Stony Brook being invented, responsible for. Just to mention one is the MRI technology. When you come to Stony Brook University, and you will see the first invented MRI, which won Nobel Prize of Medicine by one of our faculty members back in 2003, which was invented back in the 70s. You will also see other pre-med, pre-law majors that you can actually apply for. We do also have a combined degree programs as well. So in terms of profile of the whole universities, just to give you an idea, we have most students that actually come to Stony Brook University, they bring in around between 90 to 93 GPA. What we do require in terms of GPA is 3.0 GPA is our minimum requirement. We do not require the SAT for most of the majors, but all you need to do is an online test of either the IELTS, the TOEFL, or Duolingo. We have students representing more than 50 states or more than 100 countries. And as I mentioned, we have more than 4,000 international students on campus. So in terms of the application process, we are still accepting applications for this coming fall. So if you guys are interested in applying now, you can still do it. Just reach out to me or go online, stonybrook.edu at the admissions tab and apply. Basically, you only need your high school transcripts plus your English proficiency test to apply. If you are willing to or planning to apply for next year, we will start accepting applications by the end of August, and you have until January 15 would be the deadline. So our tuition fees. So basically $25,000 per year, that's how much you pay. We do have scholarships available for international students. So we have the You Are Welcome Here scholarship that covers 50% of the tuition fees. We have also the merit-based scholarship, the need-based scholarship. For the need-based scholarship specifically, you don't really need to provide us with a financial statement or CSS profile. You just need to send us an email, provided that you have applied to Stony Brook University. So in terms of the location, as I said, we are located outside the city. So that's the map, outside Manhattan. So that's the map where we are located. It's a beautiful area surrounded by beaches, very safe and very diverse. All right, so I'll pass it over to you. Thank you, Simple.
As well, thanks for the motivation for the self haircut. All right, students, pay attention. Yes, there will be question answer round, so you can ask your questions in that, which we will have right after this university. So you see the question on your screens. Is SUNY Stony Brook University your first choice? So please go ahead and fill in your choice. Yes or no, you have options over there. So go ahead and do that, please. And can we have Christine from Ohio Wesleyan University on board, please? Naveen. And students, as is mentioned in the chat box, please be patient and you can ask your questions. And also, whenever you're asking those questions, please address them to the university that you want to know the answer from. So Christine, I see you are there. So you would see an AV pod screen, a small screen on your system, and you just need to take your arrow to the video icon there and click it. Video and the microphone. Yeah, there you go.
I think you can all.
Thank you so much.
Hear me?
I can hear you, Christine, and see you very clearly. Over to you now. Thank you.
Okay, great. Well, hello. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Kristen Crosby. I'm the Director of International Admission at Ohio Wesleyan University, and we call it OWU. And our signature experience is the OWU connection. We want you to connect your learning with the real world, to be able to solve real world issues with your education. And the OWU connection is also your opportunity to connect to professors, to your local community, to connect to each other. And there are 3 things that we really hope that you'll accomplish with your education from Ohio Wesleyan. We want you to think big. We want you to be able to connect your major to other courses, other disciplines. It's meant to be a very interdisciplinary curriculum, and we want you to be able to start doing and engaging in things like in-depth research right from the very beginning of your first year. We also want you to go global. That doesn't just mean studying abroad, since you will be studying abroad in the United States, but we want you to get a global vision. So, of course, we want you to bring your perspective from India to our campus, and we want everyone to cultivate a global vision with their education. And then finally, we want you to get real with your education. So we want you to have real world experiences, opportunities to do internships, in-depth research around the globe, and to really have an opportunity to try out your intended career to see if it's actually a good fit for you and your skills. So you'll be able to have guaranteed experiences like internships and the like. So next slide, please. Let's see if I can advance it myself. There we go. So we're located in Delaware, Ohio, and Delaware is a nice small size city of 30,000, 40,000 people, which is actually a reasonably sized city in the United States. I know it sounds very small to students from around the world. And we're located just a quick 35-minute drive from Columbus, Ohio. And Columbus is actually the 14th largest city in the United States. It's the 2nd largest city in the Midwest after Chicago, and it's actually bigger than San Francisco. And our students would fly into Columbus International Airport, so it's conveniently located to an airport. And Columbus has a lot to offer, from world-class activities, restaurants, sporting events, but our students also take advantage of Columbus in terms of internship opportunities, community service, and it's quite convenient to get into Columbus. And Delaware itself is just a 5-minute walk from our campus, and there are over 50 restaurants nearby. We also have the Entrepreneurship Center located in Delaware. So if any of you are thinking of starting your own business, launching your own business, you have all the resources of the Entrepreneurship Center. And Ohio Wesleyan has actually been voted #1 in Ohio for most entrepreneurial college or university, and #17 in the United States. Next slide, please. So in terms of what we're looking for from international students and the kind of profile of our incoming class, the good news is that we are testing optional for students with a B or a 3.0 average or higher. And if you're wondering what that's like on the Indian scale, you can always send me an email and ask if you would qualify for testing optional. And we realize that a lot of the SATs have been canceled this year, so we will be flexible with that. We have generous merit scholarships, and the average award for international students is $30,000 per year. So that's an average, and we do have some scholarships up to full tuition scholarships. The overall cost of Ohio Wesleyan this year, which includes your housing, your meal plan, your tuition, and student fees, is a little over $59,000. And I would say that the average scholarship is about $30,000, and 97% of students receive financial aid. We do have early decision, early action, regular decision, about a 60% acceptance rate, but no matter what round you choose to apply, you will receive an answer within about 10 days once your application is complete, and it is free to apply. The average class size at Ohio Wesleyan is 15. Student faculty ratio is 10:1. And if I could go to the next slide, since I'm running out of time. We've got over 90 majors, from accounting to zoology. There should be something for just about everyone. And if I could go to the next slide, please. There are many ways for you to connect with Ohio Wesleyan, from virtual tours, mock classes, and I also welcome you to contact me by email. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine there. All right.
Thanks.
So now students, pay attention. Of course, you will have first the question from this university, that is Ohio Wesleyan. Can we have the question, please? and then we'll open up for the question answer round. And so for the question and answers, please, students, if you're asking a question, then please mention the name of the universities that have presented so far. I mean, if you have a specific question for any one particular university, just mention that name. So yeah, we have the question there. Has COVID-19 affected your plans to apply to universities in the US or caused any worries? So please go ahead with your answer, and then we'll open up for the Q&A round. So please type in your answer. I mean, select your answer and submit. So please type in your questions, and please mention the name of the university that you want to address the question. So we've had so far Northeastern Illinois University, Evergreen Valley College, Wichita State University, SUNY Plattsburgh, SUNY Stony Brook, Ohio Wesleyan University. So you can maybe tell the order of the university, if not the name, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth university. I'll go ahead and make them answer your question. So anything that is coming to your minds, please. Ohio Wesleyan does offer astronomy and astrophysics majors. So yes, can we have Christine again, and maybe she can address this question? Can we have Naveen? Can we have Christine again, and she can address this answer?
Yeah, so I had seen the question from a student asking if we have astronomy and we also have astrophysics as well. And actually a good number of our incoming students from India are planning to major in astrophysics. And I would say that not only Ohio Wesleyan, but probably many of my colleagues would agree that what separates us from MIT, Stanford, and Harvard is that at Ohio Wesleyan, our classes are taught only by professors. They're small classes. At larger universities, you might be taught by graduate students in larger classroom settings. And at Ohio Wesleyan, the average class is only about 15 students, and students can engage in research right from the very beginning of their first year.
All right, thank you, Christine. And if any of our other presenters are willing to address any of the other questions that you see in the chat box, you can please write in, and we will bring you on board, and you can address that question, like Christine. So if anyone would like to address any of the questions that you see in the chat box, that students have been asking while we were presenting. So if Chris, Liz, Sam, Peter, you see anyone who would like to? Well, yes. Can we have Chris now? Naveen, can you bring in Chris as the presenter, please? Not Christine, Chris. Yes, Chris, you are on board. You can address as well.
Thank you. Yeah, hello. Most of the schools listed here are public universities, which means their tuitions are going to be much lower than schools that are private. MIT, Stanford, and Harvard are private universities. Public universities are supported partly by the taxpayers of the state. So that's one of the big differences. I would agree with Christine that we also have only faculty teaching, not graduate assistants. So the one thing that is really important, I think, especially for undergraduates, is the cost. It's so much cheaper, and yet we send our students into PhD programs at the leading universities. Most universities in the United States that are accredited, you can get a good education at. They're really good universities, even if they're not top ranked. It's just there's a difference, mainly in the cost and the notoriety. But I will tell you, I sent my son to our university. We're a regionally known university. He's gotten a top-notch job. So you can go from the smaller, lesser-known universities to really anywhere that you want to go. And I think I speak to the whole group about would have that same kind of answer. So look at costs, save your money for graduate programs, PhD programs, or save your money for other kinds of things. And all of these schools really we're talking about wrapping services around students so you will be successful. You're not going to be lost in the crowd. You're going to stand out. You're going to have faculty who know you. And that kind of support network, especially when you're far from home, is really what's going to make a difference in your success. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chris, there. And I see a question related to computer application. So a student named Yashvi has asked, is the college offering, or any of the colleges offering MCA, which is basically computer application? So I'm sure most of these universities would be, offering programs related to computers and whether it's any kind of applications related to that. So yes, anyone else would like to take up any of the questions mentioned? So somebody asked about product design. Anyone would like to talk about product design? All right, do we have any more questions, or should we? I think we can move on to the next presentations. All right, so thank you so much, students. So can we now have Kenley Jones from University of Redlands on board, please? Kenley, if you can hear me, then you would see an AVPod screen, a small screen on your system, and you just need to, yeah. All right, there we go. Thank you so much. Kenley, can you hear me? So you need to just switch on your microphone as well. Just next to this video icon, you have the audio. Yeah.
Okay. Are we there?
All right. Yes.
Okay.
All right. All right. Finally. Thank you so much for being here, and over to you now.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to be with you all. It's bright and early here in sunny Southern California. Almost 7 a.m. our time. My name is Kenley Jones. I serve as the Director of International Admissions for the University of Redlands, which is a private liberal arts and sciences university with a residential focus that was founded in 1907. So even with COVID-19 and all the challenges and concerns, we've been around for well over 100 years, and we're certainly not going anywhere anytime soon. The University of Redlands is located, as I mentioned, in Southern California. So it's a very recognizable part of the United States. Many of you are very familiar with Southern California, especially considering that we have the largest Indian population, Indian American population in the entire United States. In fact, only about 50 minutes from our campus driving, you would be right in the heart of Little India, with over 200 different shops and restaurants cater to the Indian population. I only bring that up because, you know, it can provide you with a lot of comforts of home when you are studying and living overseas. But the University of Redlands, as I mentioned, is a small private liberal arts and sciences university. Being a liberal arts university, we focus very heavily on the breadth and the depth of your education experience. So we want to make sure that whatever you choose to study at Redlands, you're going to get a strong education in one of our 40 different academic programs. But we also want to make sure that you have enough breadth and you have a very well-rounded education as well. So you don't just come to Redlands to study something like engineering or music, but really to get a holistic education that allows you to be versatile and marketable. Some of our top programs will include things like global business, international relations. Now, if you think about it, I named 2 programs with a global or international emphasis, and that's the hallmark of the University of Redlands. 50% of our students will study abroad before they graduate, and we were the very first American university to actually have an international campus in Central Europe. So our secondary campus is located in Salzburg, Austria. But one program that I want to touch on real quickly is actually our GIS program, or Spatial Studies program. GIS standing for Geographic Information Systems or Sciences. Would you believe that the world's largest geomapping company called Esri is actually located about 1 to 2 kilometers from our campus? And this company called Esri actually produces over 50% of all mapping software products and programs. In fact, currently over 3,000 organizations have commissioned Esri to develop mapping related to COVID-19. So if you've ever looked at a map to see where COVID-19 is spreading and things like that, over 3,000 organizations are using Esri to develop that software, including the World Health Organization and the United Nations. And every year we have about 7 to 10 students who are involved in internships and opportunities with Esri. Our cost is about $70,659. Now, I know it's really high. Private universities tend to have a higher sticker price, but we certainly can award you some wonderful scholarship opportunities. In fact, 100% of all admitted international students do receive a scholarship, and we have the potential to even meet your need 100% full need scholarships. This is my contact information. I do travel to India usually a few times a year when I can get there. So I'd love to see you in the near future. And boom, embark, University of Redlands. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Kenley, can we have the question, please? I see a lot of questions now coming up for our previous universities. Well, all right. So we have the question on the screen. How are Redlands students working on the fight against COVID-19? So please go ahead and submit your answer there. You can write your answers there and go ahead and submit that. And there is an option. I mean, towards the end of the session, we can have anyone, I mean, if we have students who want to specifically ask these attendees, they can stay back and maybe we can ask them to address. Otherwise, we'll of course take a note of all these questions and share them with the universities concerned, and we'll take it up from there as well. So we definitely plan to have a follow-up with the students as well. All right, so can we have now Minu Paul from Methodist University on board, please? Naveen? All right, I see Minu joining in there. Minu, you just need to do the needful. The video icon, and there we go. All right, so over to you,
All
Minu.
right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good evening, everybody. My name is Minu Paul, and I am the Director of the International Programs and the Director of International Recruitment at Methodist University. Well, I have a bit of a unique department. I have a team of 4 to 5, four staff and 5 student interns. And what is unique about us is that the whole department, we, unlike other universities, we work with the international students from the time they decide that they want to come to the United States. So people like you who are here in this presentation. And from that time to you till you graduate. So we help you and support you through your whole 4 years at Methodist University. Something else that is unique about my team is that everybody in my team was either they were an international student studying in the US, or they were an international student, an American who studied outside the United States for their college. So that means we can really relate to some of the issues that you may have or the challenges you may face when it comes to studying in the United States. In addition, we also help with understanding your how to monetize or how to take advantage of all the opportunities that is presented for you. So our university is a private liberal arts college. However, even though we are liberal arts, we are very professionally inclined. We believe to prepare our students in any subject stream that they may be interested in, whether it's arts, humanities, or science. Our goal is to empower the students to use their strength so that they can be productive in a job market anywhere in the world. In addition, we also empower our students to do grad school anywhere in the world as well. We are a small student body of 2,100 students. And we have about 8% of the student body is international students. That makes up about 140 international students from 69 different countries. So we are highly diverse. We do have students from India. At the same time, we have students from almost each one of the continents, except for Antarctica, of course. The other part is that our class sizes are very small. So each class has about 15 students. That means the professors know you. And what I love about Methodist University, and any university in the US I can say this for, is that they, our professors, when they notice that a student is not academically performing, they don't think, oh, the student is too lazy or the student is too stupid. They think that, oh, there must be something going on. So we believe in the holistic development of students at Methodist University. What that means is that we have an academic success team, which helps students emotionally, physically, and intellectually to realize their dreams and perform to the best of their abilities. We have many social clubs that a student can be part of. They can also start a club if they would like, just like any other university. In addition, we also have different types of sports that international students can be a part of as well. This is our student body, and that is saying hi to you from the United States. With our location, I would like you to know that Methodist University is located in North Carolina. I've been here for about 4 years. I'm Indian myself, and I'm not a citizen of this country. And I have been a student here for my bachelor's degree and my master's degree, and also worked here as well. So I do understand how to maneuver the student visa as well as work visa and work authorizations right after your student visa. And so does my team. So a lot of our formalized strategies and initiatives are based on helping you understand that. Our goal is not just to bring an international student here, but also to help them as they move forward. Through the COVID-19 as well, we have been very good at taking care of our international students. We have not had a case on campus, and it took a meticulous task force to make that happen. So we do really, really care for our international students, and we really support them. We let them stay on campus and things like that. I also wanted you to see some of our programs. As you can see, we have programs in all fields. We have computer science, we have computer cybersecurity, forensic sciences. We have a lot of majors with 100% job placement rate. So please come talk to me more. You can always reach out to me as well. Our application is very simple. You have to provide your application and your grades, and that's all we need because of the COVID situation. We know this is a bit difficult. So this is all we would need for you to submit. We provide scholarships from $16,500 to $24,000. So we have a really good scholarship range, which means that it will, depending on what your grades are, it will put you somewhere between the cost of 18 lakhs to 24 lakhs that you would be paying. So I look forward to speaking with you more. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much, Minu. And can we have the question, please? So there are a couple of questions that I see that are coming up. We'll definitely take them up specifically with the universities concerned in the question answer round. So yeah, the question is there. What is the most important criteria when deciding to choose a college in the United States? So you have 4 options there: personalized attention, safety, job preparedness, or cost. So please go ahead and submit your answer. And of course, the last option says all. So please go ahead and submit. And thank you so much, Minu. Can we have Charlie Harcourt from Wells College on board now? All right, so 59% have voted. All right. All right, so I see Charlie on board. So Charlie, you would see an AV pod small screen, and you just need to, oh, there you go. All right.
You should have my audio now.
Yes, thank you so much. Without wasting any more time, over to you, Charlie. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, and thank you for hosting this great event. It's been fun to learn about so many wonderful universities in the U.S. So Wells College, we're going to be a little bit different than many of the universities you've heard about because we are a very small liberal arts college. So we're located in Aurora, New York. It's just north along Cayuga Lake, just north of Ithaca, New York. Ithaca, you may know because it is where Cornell University is located. And I think we can advance to the next slide here. So Wells College was actually founded as a sister school to Cornell about 150 years ago. It was originally a women's college, but it has been co-ed for the last 20 years. And we really focus on the value of liberal arts in our education. The mission is extremely important to us. It's to educate students in a way that they learn to think critically, reason wisely, and act humanely as they cultivate meaningful lives. So even more so than trying to get students to focus on specific skills, we really want students to become well-rounded citizens and individuals who think critically, who can meet the challenges of today. You see the environment we're in today. Our world looks completely different than it did 6 months ago. So this type of liberal arts education where you get a wide range of different topics, you get personalized attention from your faculty to give you mentorship, and you really are pushed to think critically, approach challenges, and gain practical application of your education. Practical application of your education. That type of approach really meets the challenges we have today. So our campus is very small. I said we have under 600 undergrads. We focus just on undergraduate. So all of our students get a lot of personalized attention from our faculty. They're able to engage in research and internships right away, even starting freshman year. So if you really want that type of hands-on education, direct with professors, starting right away, then a small liberal arts school like Wells is a great option. I mentioned we are located in Aurora. It's so near Ithaca. We're also close to international airports and large hubs in Syracuse and Rochester. It's a fairly easy bus ride up from New York City as well. But it's a beautiful rural environment you saw on the first slide. We're right alongside Cayuga Lake. It's a small town, but we provide everything students need right on campus for international students. And we also do shuttle buses 5 times a day into Ithaca, where you can get any type of different ethnic foods, all kinds of shops and activities right there in Ithaca. So our top programs, especially for international students, but really for all students, are business, psychology, and health sciences. So even though we have a liberal arts approach to all of our programs, where students are engaged in many different topics and focused on that critical thinking and application, our top majors are actually pre-professional. So business is the biggest one. We have a great job placement. All students in the business program do 2 full-scale professional internships. Most of those happen off campus, and you have great mentorship from faculty and career services to help you get those internships. Psychology is our top major. It's one of the first psych programs in the US. We've been doing psychology and well known for that for over 100 years. And then biology and health science. This is a great major if you want to go into any sort of grad school program for the health sciences. We have had great placement at Cornell Vet School. We have partnerships with the University of Rochester, Columbia University. So that's a great program if you want to start at a small school and then go on to health sciences professions. And then I wanted to mention our partner programs, because we do recognize that we are small and we have only undergrad. So although we provide such a great community and mentorship and great academic programs, it's limited what you can do with a very small school. So we make sure that students have these partnerships that you can utilize to go beyond the Wells campus and gain even more experience. So we have cross-registration with Cornell University and Ithaca College. That's 1 course per year. We provide transportation. You don't pay any extra. You can do a course through Cornell or Ithaca each year. We have an engineering program with Columbia, where you do 3 years in physics at Wells, 2 years in engineering degree of your choice at Columbia, and receive both degrees, both undergrad, 4+1 MBA in Clarkson, so business degree at Wells, and then the MBA through Clarkson. And then same deal for, there's a 4+1 or 4+2, depending on what certification you want for nursing with the University of Rochester. And we have direct admission for Binghamton, which is one of the best pharmacy schools, through our health sciences program. And then very briefly, you can contact me and get in touch with Simple Ed about the application. I'm not going to go in detail for that now. Currently, because of COVID-19, we're rolling applications until about July 1st. The visas are going to be tough this year, but you can apply. We're allowing students without any penalty to defer their applications or defer their scholarships as well to join us at a later date. And then the cost, so tuition is $29,000, but the cost is, we have $18,000 in scholarships. So it can be reduced and closer to that public university cost level. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much there, Charlie. Well, we have the question up there. So why a small college can mean greater opportunities and richer experience? So please go ahead and submit your responses. And thank you so much, Charlie, for your presentation. And students, we will definitely take up those questions. And now can we have person from Lone Star College on board, please? Person Akolawala. Right. So person, if you can hear me, you're on board, and you just, if you see an AV pod screen, small screen there. Yeah. All right. Hi, person. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can.
All right. Over to you.
Perfect. Well, thank you, everybody. To introduce myself, my name is Perzana Kolawala, and I'm the Director of International Programs at Lone Star College. The one thing that I would really like to emphasize here or tell you guys is the fact that I myself am originally from India and came to the United States as an international student. Of course, I have been here for many, many years. So I do have a team that works together with all international students. We are the largest public institution in the state of Texas. And as you can see, we are one of the few community colleges that have earned the prestigious awards for Senator Paul Simon and the Telscott Award winner for internationalization in community colleges. So I know that a lot of institutions have spoken about the difference in community colleges and universities. We're exactly the same. We do host a lot of students. We have over 3,000 students from 135 different countries. We are spread across 7 campuses. So it's not just one campus that is as big. Overall, we have about 95,000 students. But again, as I said, we are spread across 7 different campuses. We have 12 different centers. So, there isn't one particular campus on which you will see 95,000 students. We do have a large international student body, again, as I said, from 135 different countries. What sets us apart is what I'm really going to talk about today. And because I'm talking to the Indian students who are very high achieving students, what sets Lone Star College apart from other community colleges is the fact that we have an honors program. So I'm going to go ahead and change the slide. So a few things that you should note is, of course, it's affordable, high quality, innovative education. We do have 50+ programs of study. So anything from business to economics to game design, engineering, biotechnology, whatever you would like to major in, we start you off in the first 2 years in the major of your choice. We do have a dedicated team that works with me from the first time you ask a question to, all your years at Lone Star College, and then going into either graduate school, going and getting your bachelor's at other institutions. So a few things to note is, of course, our tuition is very low, but Houston is a very, very diverse city. So of course, it's also home to many of the Fortune 500 companies. So our placement rates are at about 97%. So all our students who graduate with an associate's degree, they do apply for OPT, which is your optional practical training that you get at the end of your 2 years, where you can go on and get experience in your field of study. Of course, it is also the largest medical complex and home to NASA. So if you're interested, in anything with space engineering, of course, maybe Houston is a place for you to be. Well, a few other things that, as I said, I would like to talk about is the Honors College. This is a competitive program. It's a college within a college, which means that we have selective admissions, and then if you do get selected, either you are a Chancellor's Fellow or you're a Merit Scholarship student, which means that you have your tuition paid for. We also give you a living and a book allowance. And Chancellor's Fellows is really prestigious. So if you see one of our students, Corinne, who I have on the screen here, she started with Lone Star College, and then she moved on after she graduated with the honors program to the University of Texas at Austin. Again, UT Austin is one of the, biggest great schools in the state of Texas. So again, if you want to know more about the Honors College, please feel free to, contact me. These are some of the scholarships. Our most notable scholarship is the Jack Kent Cooke Scholarship. It is an undergraduate scholarship where we have 21 finalists and we have one finalist, 21 semifinalists and one finalist every year since the year of 2012. That's a $40,000 undergraduate transfer scholarship. And of course, as I said, transfers to major universities. As you can see, all our students, transfer to major universities in the state of Texas. Again, our degrees are acceptable across the United States. So you can always contact us at LSC, which is Lone Star College, F1 admissions at lonestar.edu. And that, of course, is the picture of our finalists for the year 2020. Who won the $40,000 transfer scholarship. And he will be, of course, as you can see, he will be interning with NASA and focusing on bioengineering research. Well, with that, I think I won't take more of my time, but I do hope that, with the changing scenario and with the low-cost institution, that you start to look at saving money starting with community colleges in the United States. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Person. And can we have the question, please? All right, so this presentation help in considering community colleges as a preferred choice of institution. So students, please go ahead and cast your votes there so that we get an idea. All right, so please go ahead and submit. And can I now please call upon Samantha from Mcneese State University to be brought on board. Naveen, can you help me do that? All right, so we have Samantha on board. So Samantha, you would see an AVPOD small screen. So there are two icons there, the lower bottom. There we go. All right, I still cannot hear you. You just need to maybe switch on your microphone. Just next to the video icon, you have the audio icon as well. Just right next to the video icon, you have so you just need to take your So I can see you, Samantha. Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and see me? All right, so but I cannot hear you, Samantha, so I believe the attendees.
Faraj, I'm the Assistant Director of International Recruiting at Mcneese State University, and I'm very happy to be able to speak to you about Mcneese today. So we are a public university, a state university located in Lake Charles, Louisiana, which is halfway between New Orleans and Houston. We're a mid-sized university, so we have 7,500 total students and over 430 are going to be international. A huge proportion of our students get some type of scholarship, so 85%, more than 85% get a scholarship. Very popular questions are about student jobs and do you have to live on campus? So we do have quite a bit of student jobs on campus and you are not required to live on the campus itself. We also are a NCAA Division I school. Okay, so this is just a listing of our undergraduate majors. We have a wide variety of majors, over 80 for undergraduate study. All of the majors that have the star next to it, the asterisk, that means that they have a concentration area. So you can really focus on a specific concentration within your major. So for instance, for art, you can, which is in the lower left corner, you can concentrate on, photography or film. If you look over at agriculture, which is in the bottom right corner, you can concentrate in agribusiness, which is a blended curriculum between agriculture and business. So lots of majors there. We do also have that photo in the middle is kind of special to me because one of the students was a student worker of mine. They were mechanical engineering students that entered into a robotics competition held by the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, and they took home second place in all of the US. So very high competition placement there against every school that offers a mechanical engineering program. And of the 4 students that won the competition, 3 of them were international. So we're really happy with our success of our students. These are just some different aspects of the university, why students choose to attend Mcneese. Also, some of the reasons why I chose to attend Mcneese. I did graduate from Mcneese with both a bachelor's and a master's degree. One of the biggest reasons is our internships. Every major on the campus has an internship opportunity. Some are required and some are optional. A lot of research going on. Laboratories are specialized. We actually have a life-size model chemical engineering plant facility on our campus that was donated to us by one of the largest petrochemical refineries in our city, which is Citgo. So we're really well known for lots of specialized laboratory, lots of specialized equipment. We have above average acceptance rates into all of the graduate professional programs, so medical school, dental school, law school. We actually had one year where 100% of our pre-med students were actually accepted into medical school. So we're really proud of all of the success of our students, and a lot of that boils down to their opportunities and what they've taken advantage of on campus in terms of internship and attention from their professors. Lots of really great things there. Our application process, so this is just a highlight, kind of condensed version of our application process. You can see everything required on the website there. We require obviously the IELTS or the TOEFL. We also take Duolingo and PTE if you're not able to take one of those exams or you haven't taken them. We do require the SAT or the ACT, but right now we're also allowing students to take the AccuPlacer. It's an online exam, much shorter than the SAT, and you can take it online from home. Really great opportunity for students there. You can still qualify for admission and scholarships. And if you've taken the SAT and you made a 500 or 40 or higher, we do not require the TOEFL or the IELTS there. And scholarships, lots of students want to know about scholarships. That's the most important question. We are very honored to have this Access Award, which is guaranteed to every student who meets the criteria. So you can take a look at that diagram there. Our tuition, full tuition is $19,000 a year, but with the Access Award, it drops down to $9,000 per year. So you're actually saving over 50% of your tuition with the Access Award. That includes your international health insurance as well. If you have SAT of 1,200 higher, then you can actually qualify for higher scholarships on top of that too. So we're really happy with all of the different opportunities that we give students to study at the university. And feel free to contact me with any of those types of questions.
All right, thank you so much, Samantha. Well, can we have the question, please? Survey question. And now can we have the next presenter on board, Ken Dunbar from Widener University. Can we have the survey question, please? All right, so it seems we're having problems with the survey question. Okay, Ken Dunbar, do we have Ken Dunbar?
Just wait for a minute for the survey question.
All right. All right, so if we have Ken among the attendees. I'm not sure if she's available or we've lost her. I don't. If she's there, then she could just type in the chat box. If she's relogged in through some other account or something. Ken, if you are there, then you could just type in hi or yes in the chat box, because we don't see you on our list. All right, so if we don't have Ken, then we can open up for the Q&A round. And it seems that we might be having slight problems with the survey question, so we can open up for the question answer round, because anyways we had to open up for that after this. So can we bring in, because there was a question that I saw for Charlie. So can we bring in Charlie? From University of Redlands? Yes, Charlie Harcourt may answer the question that was addressed to him, and it was about computer science courses at University of Redlands.
Okay. This is for Wells College, I believe.
Okay.
I hope. I can't speak too much for Redlands. That's
all
okay.
Right. Sorry. All right. So, yeah.
So for computer science, we do have a strong computer science program. It's designed to be a comprehensive program that gives students skills on a broad range of computer science and IT fields. So students would take courses in programming and coding, in web design, graphic design, machine learning. So it's a broad range program. If students want to go into the IT field, like become perhaps an IT service coordinator or something like that, then it would be a good fit. But if students are looking for specific technological, highly advanced systems, you'd be better off at a technical university. So our neighboring one in upstate New York would be RIT. Many, you hear MIT, but there's so many other technical universities. There's a Texas Tech and Georgia Tech. And so if you want to do very specific work in technological fields and computer science, then those are usually a better fit than a liberal arts. But we do offer computer science, and it is a strong program looking for the broad range approach.
From University of Redlands. I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie, for that update. Can we have Kenley from University of Redlands? If Kenley is around, can we bring him on board, please, Naveen? All right, I think Kenley is not around. Then there were some questions for Minu. If Minu is around, then Minu may address questions on scholarships. So if you could bring on Minu on board. Naveen, can you bring in? Yeah, thank you. So there was some question about scholarships, Minu, for your university. So if you would like to address that, Minu, if you can hear, you would just need to turn on your video and audio.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, Minu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. All right, go ahead, please. Over to you.
So the question that I have is about the scholarship program at Methodist. So at Methodist University, when you're applying, you don't have to do a separate essay or any of that for scholarship. we understand that the Indian curriculum is very difficult in itself, that we understand that your performance in the Indian curriculum is enough for us to decide on a scholarship for you. You do have the opportunity to take the Duolingo English test, which I know that an Indian student would do very well in, which can help increase your scholarship in many ways. So our scholarships range from $16,500 to $27,000. And it is based on your GPA, which is converted from whatever your Indian curricula that you have been part of, and we convert that into the American equivalent GPA, which generally is very advantageous if you are from India or taken any types of Indian curricula. It's very advantageous for you when that conversion happens. And we look at the Duolingo English test scores, or TOEFL or IELTS. You can give me any one of them, and we will determine your scholarship based on that. When you take all the costs out, let's say that the maximum scholarship that you get is $27,000, you would be paying about $24,000 to come to the university. I hope that answers the question on the scholarship. Khwaja, were there any other questions?
Well, yeah, of course, I would encourage anyone, I mean, of the other presenters as well, if they want to take up any question, they can just write in. May I now call upon Persin? Can we have Persin as the presenter? There were some questions for her as well, so she could maybe address the students. Naveen, can you bring in Persin? Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Persin, please go ahead.
Okay, hi. So yeah, I'll address some of the questions that were directed to Lone Star College. So I think one of the questions was if we have certain programs of study like law and finance and computer science. So yes, we do. If you can email me, I can send you a link to all the programs of study because we have so many. And again, we have fields in sciences, humanities, again, STEM and things like that. So you can go in and pick and choose. And also on our website, you will actually see a 2-year plan for every program of study that you pick. So you will know exactly what classes that you are going to take. And then the other question is regarding admissions, I believe, if there's a certain percentage that we need. So for admission to Lone Star College, you not necessarily have to have a certain percentage. We just need to know you've completed high school. But for the honors college, we do need an SAT of 1240 and we need a GPA of 3.25. So again, if you have additional questions, if you want to know more about the honors college, I can even put you in touch with one of our campus directors. So feel free to email me, and then I'll make sure you have the information you need.
Thank you, Persin, for that update. Naveen, can we please bring in Kenley back? Kenley from University of Redlands, because I see him responding. So if you could, probably he signed in through a different name. Pooja _ is, I think, because there were some technical issues with his, yeah. All right, so we have Kenley back up there. Kenley, if you could switch on your video and audio, and you could then address the students. Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
All right, there we go.
Right. So the question was related to computer science.
Yes.
Okay, so similar to Wells College, being another liberal arts college, I think sort of the trend at liberal arts colleges related to computer science is certainly the idea is to provide you more with a broad brushstroke of many different areas within computer science. So, for example, at the University of Redlands, it's a focus on computer programming, algorithms, software engineering, machine learning, data stacking, etc. So you don't necessarily go too deep into one of these areas, but more of the idea that you get a broad, comprehensive understanding and education in computer science. But it is for that student who also wants to be at an institution that allows them to focus on maybe other areas of academia. So things in like the humanities and social sciences, etc. And, at liberal arts colleges, you tend to see maybe a higher percentage of students that double major or have multiple minors. At the University of Redlands, for example, almost about 65–70% of our students will double major and try to blend things together. So that's kind of how I look at computer science at Redlands. It's the idea is to have more of a comprehensive breadth of the subject matter, as opposed to going necessarily deep or focused in one aspect of, say, computer science or engineering, for example.
All right, thank you so much there. So we have a question. I think that's the last one that we can take. We have a question for Mcneese. So can we have Samantha on board, please, Naveen? Thank you. Can you make Samantha the presenter, please? All right. So yeah, Samantha, you could address. Samantha, I cannot hear you. No, again, the same problem. Naveen, can you bring her back? I mean, just remove her once and then get her back again.
Okay, it's showing audio on my side. Is this okay?
Yeah, now you're there. All right, go ahead, Samantha, please.
Yeah, so at the university, there are different, we call them colleges, but they're just different departments for different groups of majors. So for instance, if you're going to be studying engineering and computer science, you would study those within the same department, which is the College of STEM. If you want to study liberal arts programs, then you would study them in the liberal arts department. So they're just different departments. We just group them by the name college, but it's still one university, and you study everything within one university frame.
All right, thank you so much, Ken. Thank you so much, Samantha. I think we can move on to the next set of presentations. All right, so can we now bring in the representative of Salt Lake Community College, Pooja Jamnani? Pooja, can we hear you? Can you hear me, please? All right, over to you, Pooja.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Pooja, please. I could hear you. Now I cannot, but I could hear you. Please switch on your microphone. I cannot hear you, Pooja. Switch on your microphone, please. Yes, now I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Now?
Over to you.
Can you
Yes,
hear
go.
me?
Yes, over to you.
Okay, okay. So hi, my name is Pooja and I'm the India representative for Salt Lake Community College, which is situated in Utah. So before I talk about my college, I will quickly give you a brief overview of the US education system. So in US, bachelor's is of 4 years. Okay, unlike India, here we have 3 years of bachelor's degree, there we have 4 years. And there are two options to get your bachelor's degree. Option number one is after class 12, you get enrolled into a university, study there for 4 years, and then you get your bachelor's degree. Option number two is after class 12, you go to a community college, study there for first 2 years, then you take a transfer to a state university, complete your third and fourth year, and then also you get the same bachelor's degree. So duration remains the same, the bachelor's remain the same, everything is same. But if you go for a 2+2 model, the major benefit is you can save a huge amount of money on the cost of education. Because community colleges are smaller institutions, these are funded by the community, so the fee structure in community colleges are very, very less as compared to the universities. So this can be a great option for you to save money on your cost of education. I'll talk more about the benefits of this in the later slides. So now, here are some facts about SLCC. So our college was established in 1948 and we started with just one campus. Today we have 10 campuses all across Utah. So like if you want to study fashion designing, we have a dedicated campus for that. If you want to study culinary arts, we have a dedicated campus for that. So similarly, we have 10 campuses there. And the college is nationally ranked among top 10 community colleges. Also, we are accredited by Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities. So accreditation in US is just like recognition in India. Okay. So now here are few reasons as to why you should join SLCC. So the number one reason is you can save more than 20 lakh rupees on your tuition cost in the first 2 years. I'll talk more about the cost when cost of education at SLCC. Another benefit is we have a very easy acceptance process. You do not have to appear for any TOEFL. You do not need any SAT. No standardized tests are required. All we need is your online application form and your mark sheets. That's it. And another benefit is 48% of students at SLCC are awarded with scholarships. So there are high chances for the students to get scholarships here at our college. Next thing, when you study in US, you get, if you are a STEM student, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So you get 3 years of work permit there. So that means once you complete your bachelor's, you can work there for 3 years on your student visa. But if you go for a 2+2 model, so once you complete your second year, you have option to work there for 1 year on your student visa. Then you go to your third and fourth year, and then you will get 3 more years to work there. So that means this way you will get 4 years to work in the US on your student visa. Next benefit is our class size is of 20:1. That means for every 20 students, there is one professor. So we have a smaller class size, so you can closely work with the professors. You'll get to learn more, interact more with them. Next is, if you go to SLCC or in fact any community college, you are awarded with 2 degrees. Once you complete your second year, you will get an associate degree. Once you complete your fourth year, you get a bachelor's degree. And of course, if you'll put 2 degrees on your resume, you will always get an edge over other applicants whenever you are going for a job interview or something. And next thing that I want to talk about is Okay, cost. So here you can see the cost of studying at SLCC is $12,540 per year, so which comes around 9 lakh rupees. Okay, and you can also see the comparison here. If you study in a 4-year state university in Utah, so you're roughly your yearly cost will be around 26,940. Okay, but in our college, cost is $12,540. So in this way, you can see the comparison. If studying 4 years in a university, you'll be spending around 77 lakh rupees. But if you go for a 2+2 model, you will have to spend 56 lakh 60,000. So you can save more than 20 lakh rupees on the cost of education by studying 2 years in a community college. Okay, and then lastly, I would like to talk about life at SLCC. So we have a huge health and fitness center where we have aerobics classes, we have a gym there, then we have football court, volleyball court. These are all the facilities that are available to students, and you do not have to pay anything extra for that. It's included in your tuition. Then so far we have 245 international students. We have students from China, India, South Korea, Vietnam, and all other countries. So you'll get to study with students from all across the globe, not only US. And lastly, the admission process. So admission process at SLCC is very simple, as I've already shared. You just need to complete your online application and your mark sheets. And yes, I will be physically present in India, so I can guide you with everything. I can help you with the course selection. I'll review your application. I can help you with the visa guidance, and of course, pre-departure orientation. So yeah, my time is up. That's all. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Pooja. So can we have the survey question, please? All right. So on your screens, students, do you think that studying first 2 years in a community college is a great way to save money? So please go ahead and submit your replies. And meanwhile, can I request Naveen to please bring on board Elisabeth Lorenz from Minnesota State University, Mankato. All right, so we have the result of the survey as well. So great. There we go. Well, hi, Elisabeth. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely. Please go ahead. Over to you, Elisabeth. Thank you for joining.
Great. Thank you so much for having us. Hi, everyone. My name is Elisabeth Lorenz from Minnesota State University, Mankato. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for the time for taking the time to listen to us and learn a little bit more about U.S. higher education and your options to study in the United States. And I hope everybody is staying safe and well at this time. So I'm proud to represent Minnesota State University, Mankato. And I just want to touch on a couple highlights about our university and what makes us unique. So first of all, we have guaranteed admission for international students. So what that means for undergraduate students is if you apply and you meet the minimum requirements for your overall grade point average, the English proficiency requirements, you are guaranteed acceptance. And we also have guaranteed scholarships as well for our bachelor students. And so I'll talk a little bit more in depth in just a slide, but just a quick overview about Minnesota State Mankato. We do have 130 bachelor degree programs, as well as 85 master's and doctoral programs. So many of our undergraduate students who come for the bachelor degree oftentimes stay around to get their master's program as well. So our programs are distributed across 7 colleges. And we have programs ranging from arts and humanities, social sciences, business, and of course, science, engineering, and technology. We also have an aviation program on our campus as well. We are the only aviation flight training program in the state of Minnesota. And so if you're interested in aviation opportunities, whether it's becoming a professional pilot or aviation management, that is a program available to you as well. Our programs are nationally accredited, and I want to highlight 2 accrediting agencies. Of course, our business programs are AACSB accredited, and our engineering programs are also ABET accredited as well. As far as our rankings, for our undergraduate programs, we're actually ranked in the top 20 universities in the United States for undergraduate research. What that means is if you want to come and start doing research at the bachelor level, you can do that. You don't have to wait until your master's program to really dive into research. So if you want to focus on a specific research project, you can actually be partnered with a faculty mentor as an individual or part of a research team. Each year we send groups of students to the National Conference for Undergraduate Research, and the last 6 years our research teams have placed in the top presentations for their research at that national conference. We're also ranked number 18 in the top Midwest universities for public universities as well. Now, I mentioned some information about scholarships for our undergraduate students. We do have a guaranteed scholarship called the International Maverick Scholarship. What the scholarship does is it provides a tuition waiver of 40%. So this is applied towards your tuition, and I'll show the exact cost breakdown in just a moment. So that scholarship is automatically awarded to any bachelor international student who's accepted to the university. So as long as you receive admission, you're guaranteed that scholarship for the first year, and then it's your responsibility to maintain that scholarship each year until you finish your program, as long as you have good academic grades, as well as doing some volunteer opportunities that we will support you with on campus. So we're very proud to welcome more than 1,300 international students from over 95 countries to our campus. And on our campus is a mid-sized university. We're about 14,000 students enrolled, and we represent students from all 50 states as well in the United States. So I wanted to take a moment just to talk about the breakdown of the cost of attendance with that scholarship rate that I mentioned. So you can actually see the comparison of our non-resident tuition rate for international students, which is around $16,700 per year for tuition. But once that 40% scholarship is applied, it actually brings the cost of attendance for tuition down to less than $10,000 US per academic year. So our university goal is really to keep education costs affordable for students. And then just really briefly as well, I mentioned for our graduate programs that many students do stay around to study our graduate programs as well. And so our cost of attendance for our different graduate programs is also very affordable if you're looking for some options there. We also provide assistantship funding for our graduate students as well. So if you're looking for more information, since this is just a brief presentation, this is the contact details. Please feel free to reach out to us, and we're happy to help answer any questions.
All right, thank you so much there, Elisabeth. Well, can we have the survey question, please? All right, so now, okay, so there we go. So what is the most significant challenge that you face when applying to US universities, and how can we help you face this challenge? So please go ahead and mention whatever you want to and submit, and that could be really valuable. So once we are done with that, then can we, meanwhile, can Naveen please go ahead and invite Robert Brannigan from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University on board? All right, Robert is there. So Robert, can we have your video and audio? Robert, I still cannot see you though. Can you hear me? Can we bring him again, please, if there are any issues? Can we remove him and bring him back? Can we make him the presenter again, Naveen?
I'm making, just wait for a while.
Oh, have we lost connection over there? Is he still there? I doubt if yeah, he's there. All right. All right, there we go. Robert, we still cannot hear you. Can you switch on the audio? Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
Over to you.
Okay.
Over to you. Bye-bye.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Bobby Brannigan. I'm the Associate Director of International Admissions at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Daytona Beach, Florida campus. So thank you for joining me for this webinar, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about Embry-Riddle. So Embry-Riddle, we are the world's oldest and largest, most comprehensive aeronautical university. We are a private nonprofit institution, and we do have two beautiful campuses located in the residential United States. The first campus is in Daytona Beach, Florida, which is located about 10 minutes from the beach on the Atlantic Ocean. Our campus is also located adjacent to the Daytona Beach International Airport, where we have our flight line with over 60 instructional aircraft. They're housed there, as well as we use the airport's runways. So we have our own air traffic control tower that speaks with the airport as well. And there's about 5 other aviation institutions, smaller ones, that are around us as well. If you're into NASCAR, Daytona Beach is the birthplace of NASCAR, and the Speedway is about 5 minutes away from the campus. We are located about 1 hour from NASA's Cape Canaveral, and on our brand new student union, we actually created a viewing deck for all of our students to be able to go out and watch the space shuttle anytime that they shoot rockets into space. The campus has about 6,500 total students. We're about 19% international, with students from over 125 different countries. So we definitely pride ourselves on having a very diverse student body. We have small class sizes, about 23 to 1, and we also have over 250 clubs and organizations on campus you're able to engage in. If you can't find something that you're interested in, feel free to create your own. All you need is one other person. Our second residential campus in the United States is located in the mountain community of Prescott, Arizona. It's located at the foothills of the Bradshaw Mountains. The campus is located about 2 hours north of Phoenix. They have many outdoor activities available, including mountain climbing, hiking, biking, trailing, lake activities, so much to do out there. The campus has about 3,000 total students. They're about 10% international. And they have students from over 100 different countries. So class sizes are still small. They're about 20 to 1. And they also have over 200 clubs and organizations. Some other quick facts about Embry-Riddle. We do have a small campus in Singapore, so not too far away.
Well, I think not sure if the attendees can hear Robert. Naveen, can you help with this? Can you remove him and bring him back again? Maybe it's the internet at his end, or if every. I can hear you, Naveen. So you can maybe switch off your microphone, Naveen, and yeah. Robert, you're back.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, please
okay.
Continue. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Okay, so some of the information about Embry-Riddle. So we have a small campus in Singapore, as well as an award-winning online campus, which was ranked #1 online bachelor degree programs for over 7 years running. We are the first and only, we do have the first and only undergraduate space physics program in the nation. We have the first College of Security and Intelligence in the entire United States. We're the first spaceflight operations program in the nation as well. And the first unmanned and autonomous systems engineering program in the USA. 96% of all of our graduates are employed or continuing their education within 1 year of graduating. And then 7 of our alums have actually become astronauts as well. Depending on where you want to go, we have many different types of programs for you, including aerospace engineering, civil, computer, electrical, mechanical, software. We have computer science, space physics, forensic accounting, biology, psychology, human factors, many more. So we have state-of-the-art labs and facilities, such as our flight simulators, air traffic control labs, biology and organic chemist lab, autonomous systems lab. We have an ethical hacking lab as well, which is pretty cool. Running through the undergraduate admissions requirements, we do require pretty much everything that you see here. So we will waive your application fee as long as you reach out to us, letting us know that you're going to be applying. So that'll be free for you. We require your high school transcripts, TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo. SAT or ACT are optional, and they're only required for scholarship consideration for high school students. And then if you're a transfer student, we will evaluate you for a merit scholarship based on your transfer GPA. And then the affidavit of financial support and copy of your passport are required for your visa. Total cost to attend is around $52,000 US per academic year. And then for undergraduate, and then we have our graduate programs, $32,000 per academic year. That includes on-campus housing, tuition, a meal plan, and then your books and fees. So in terms of the scholarship amounts, they range from $2,000 up to $12,000 US per academic year. So it just depends on your GPA and then your SAT or ACT scores as well. So. And then that's pretty much all that I have for you. Try to make it short and sweet. So thank you all for listening to me, and I'm so sorry about the technological problems.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you for those updates. All right, so can we have the question, please? The survey question, if possible. All right, so the question says, what is the most important aspect of a university to you? So please go ahead and write in your answers there and submit quickly. And meanwhile, can we have Naveen on board Rashad Housey from Missouri Western State University? All right, so all right, great. So Rashad, can you please, you see the AV board small screen there? If you could just take your arrow and hover it over the icons there, the video and the audio icon. You just need to switch that on. If you can hear me. So Rashad, if you could see the screen on the small screen there, AV port. Yeah, there we go. All right. So I still cannot hear you, Rashad. You just need to switch on the audio, which is just next to the video icon. So there are two tiny icons there. Rashad, can you hear me? You could maybe give me a thumbs up. All right, you can. So, but I cannot. You see the video icon there. Just next to that is the audio icon. Have you switched it on? All right. So, Naveen, can we bring him back again? Maybe there's some problem. Can you? Yeah. Rashad, you just need to go ahead and do the needful. All right. I can see you, but again, sometimes technology gods just don't favor you. So maybe click on it again. Well, it turns red when when your microphone is. Naveen, can you bring him back again, maybe once more? So if it doesn't work out, then we can have the next presenter, and maybe we can try him on later. So first of all, please try bringing him back again. Everyone, please be a little patient. Rashad, I can hear you now. All right, go ahead.
All right, perfect. All right,
Yeah,
so hi,
great,
I'm
great.
Rashad from Missouri Western State University.
Over to you.
Thank you for having me. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a overview of our university. So we were founded in 1915. We have about 5,000 undergraduate students. We are a public university in the state of Missouri. Small class sizes, definitely 17-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. We have a number of majors and minors, also graduate programs as well. And as you can see, 86% of the faculty at our school have the highest degree in their field. And definitely we are the only applied university, teaching university in the state of Missouri. And you can see as well, we're a teaching first institution because of that. So you can go to the next slide, please. You can see our view of our campus. Some academic programs that we're definitely known for. As you can see, our nursing program is definitely great. It's a 2-and-2 kind of situation where you have like your pre-nursing, and then the next 2 years will be your actual BSN program. Engineering technology, the program we have goes hand in hand with like our on-campus hands-on learning. As well as like some of the sciences that we offer in biology and chemistry, or other students that want to go to pre-med or even veterinary school and go further in getting like a doctor's license or anything like that. Our business program is AACSP accredited. We have many opportunities for internships programs, as well as co-op programs after students were graduating. Computer science is a huge program for us as well, hand in hand with like digital animation too. I've already talked about kind of like our hands-on experiences. One of the things that's great about Missouri Western is the fact that we have Gold Star Fridays. So if you're listening, you're probably in high school and you're maybe going to school 5 days a week. At Missouri Western, we actually, students actually go to school at our college 4 days a week. So they have, they start on Monday and end on Thursday. And so we actually reserve Fridays for our hands-on experiences. That can be, again, like your internships, your service learning, study abroad programs, research, as well as leadership. One thing to note is the fact that we do give college credit for service learning. So that might be any volunteering experiences or anything else like that. So you'll be able to get actual college credit for some of those experiences. You can keep going. Oh, next slide. Next slide. Okay, so not really sure why this is out of place, but as you can see, we are a affordable university. Just our tuition at Missouri Western State University is $13,480. All right, so that is all. That's going to be all your classes that you're going to be taking to live on campus, or your accommodations. Rooms, meals, $9,300. Books are projected cost of $2,200. and $1,200 for insurance. For a grand total for everything, it's going to be $26,180. All right, so very, very affordable for a U.S. college. You can go to the next slide. So I know many of you are thinking like, of course, now we have to pay for this, right? So we have a very distinct scholarship that we offer. It's called the Global Gryphon Guarantee. New freshmen can get a scholarship. It's merit-based, based on just your high school achievement. There are no SATs required. You can get up to $6,000 per year, every year that you come back to college. And as you see, year two, your sophomore year, you can get $1,000, or you will get $1,000 upgrade, or $1,000 added to your scholarship. Another $500 for your third and your fourth year. And as you can see, it stacks. You can go to the next slide. Again, that's an automatic scholarship. You don't even have to apply for it. As long as you get it accepted, you'll be able to get that scholarship. One thing that's not on here is our International Global Scholars Award. That's a full ride scholarship for a student. Again, no SAT is required. And you can also apply to that separately. I'm not going to go into this page because it's pretty standard, just our application process. But I put my information in the chat box. So if you want to get more information about Missouri Western, you can definitely email me. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Rashad. All right, so we do not have a survey question here. So can we now call upon Apurv Singhal from Wright State University? So can we bring him on board, please? All right. So Apurv, if you can hear me, then you would just need to, all right, there we go.
Am I audible?
Yes, I can see you and hear you. So please
Perfect.
go ahead, Apurv. Thank you so much.
So thanks a lot for having us, and like good evening, everyone. So we'll just quickly dive into some of the quick facts about Wright State. Like pretty much as the name suggests, you could probably guess that the name comes from Wright brothers, who created the first successful airplane, and they did it in Dayton, and that's where Wright State University is located at. So we are named after Wright brothers. So we have distinct colleges within the university. So we would have 8 of them, and some would only focus on engineering. Then we also have a business school. Then we also have a college of science and mathematics. Then there is a college of liberal arts, and then there is also a school of medicine that offers very specific program. As we all know, given the COVID situation, there are courses related to pharmacology, toxicology, and then there are other related biological courses as well that you can probably give it a glance. Then there are obviously College of Education and Human Service, College of Nursing and Health, and then there is a School of Professional Psychology. So I don't think so that we would be able to deep dive given the time constraint in all of them as of now. But I'll just quickly move ahead and talk about some of the admission requirements broadly. So in general, at a graduate level, we ask for a GRE score of 300 out of 340 and a GPA of ranging of 2.75 out of 3. Now, obviously, the GPA varies as per the program, and given the COVID situation, we have waived out the GRE requirement for fall 2020. So if you are a student who has not been able to take the GRE because of the current situation, you can still go ahead and apply to the university with the with just the plain GPA. And on an undergraduate level, again, the same rule applies. You do not need to take the SATs. Obviously, you would be required to take the English proficiency exam. And the GPA can again range from 2.2 on a scale of 4 to a 2.5. out of a scale 1 and 4, depending upon the program. So those are some of the basic requirements. And again, like moving onward, like we do get a lot of questions related to the cost associated with the program and the kind of scholarships that are available. So I just spent some time here to explain how it works out. So in an US, unlike the Indian education system, the degree is on the basis of credits. So every degree has a certain credit attached to it. So graduate level master's degree in Wright State University is going to be of 30 credits. Now, depending upon how you choose your credits, it kind of like, decides like how the tuition fee would be generated and how you would complete the program. So the same program can take 2 years to complete, and the same program can also be completed in 18 months if you're going to take more credits. So again, to highlight the 1 year fee, or like I would say the 12 credit fee, the tuition fee is 13,800, and the living expenses is approximately $9,000, and then there are insurance and books costs that are around $3,252. Now, these are the general, I would say, tuition cost. Obviously, we do offer like limited scholarships that are merit based, up to $5,000 like per year, and on an undergraduate level, like the same amount, I would say it's still $6,000 per year, and obviously renewable basis your performance in the first year. Beside that, I would also like to highlight, because Wright State is a public research university, and we do receive like 100 million like in terms of grant and in funding. So we do have research assistantship position, graduate assistantship position, and teaching assistantship positions that you can apply for, but that will happen once you have completed your first semester at the university. So basis your performance, we will decide if you should be entitled for a GARA or a TA position. Now the deadlines typically is on a rolling basis. So like the recommended deadline was May 30, but because of COVID, we have again extended it to a June 30th. So you can still apply for fall, and obviously spring is also open. So you can, decide if you want to wait it out and also apply for a spring intake. So you can choose. So moving on, this is just a quick snapshot of the process. Like obviously the more detailed videos and the steps can be seen on the website, but like you just simply create an account, you pay the application fee, and then you like submit your application with the necessary documents. And once we have verified those documents, we will send it to the department and the decision would be made. So that's a quick snapshot, and I would be leaving my details like in the chat box, so that if you have any follow-up questions or if you have any doubts, you can reach out to me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Apurv. So can we have the survey question, please? All right, so there it goes. If fall 2020 classes happen online, how likely are you to defer to spring 2021? So I mean, they just want to know that if you have any plans, I mean, if you have online classes happening, then would you like to shift your plans to 2021, the next intake? So whatever your answers are, please go ahead and submit. And meanwhile, can we now pull up our last presenter for the day, Karan Kumar from San Mateo College. Can we have him on board, please? So we have the survey there. And then, of course, after that, we'll have the question answer round. So Karan, if you can hear me, then could you please switch on your video? There we go. All right, Karan, I still cannot hear you. Can you switch on your audio, please? Right next to the video icon is the audio icon. Can you hear me, Karan? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? All right. Karan, I still cannot hear you. So you just need to switch. You just need to switch on the audio icon just next to the, where you have the video icon, where you have AV Pod written. that box, that small box where you are seeing yourself and me. You just need to, okay, maybe Naveen, can you remove Karan and bring him back? Maybe that would help. Can we have Karan as the presenter again? All right. Okay, Karan, you just need to switch on those two icons that you see.
Yeah, I guess you
Yeah.
would be able to hear it now.
Yes.
Just let's see how.
Yes. Yes. Please go ahead. Over to you, Karan.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So I'll not take much of your time, and I really thank that all of you have been patient for the past 2 hours. So I represent San Mateo Colleges of Silicon Valley, which are operated by the San Mateo County Community College District. And we are 3 fully accredited 2-year public colleges, which means that the students can actually come and study the first 2 years with us at our colleges and then later on transfer to the top universities within California or outside California, depending upon the GP and the number of credits that they earn in the first 2 years. So we are a very good education transfer track, as explained by my previous speakers as well. So I'll just check, where is the next slide? Can you please turn on the next slide, please? Okay, yeah. So we are the #1 transfer admission, in the sense we are quite renowned for our transfer admission rates to the University of California system. In fact, in 2018, 619 students from our 3 community colleges actually transferred to the UCs, especially the UC Berkeley, wherein we got 145 admits. So, and as per the IIE rankings of 2018 and 19, we are in the top 20 of the community colleges in terms of the international hosting the international students. The uniqueness about our colleges over the other community colleges are that we have a very unique system of this college-university partnership, wherein we are partners with 145 plus universities, wherein we give the guaranteed admissions to the students in the 3rd and the 4th year. So when you are applying as an international student at the undergrad level and you're studying with us for the first 2 years, we would be giving you the guaranteed conditional letter of the UC campuses like UC Irvine, UC Davis, UC Merced, Riverside, which are in the top 50 or 100 universities of the US. Now, as far as the location are concerned, we are right in the heart of the Silicon Valley, which means that the students have the opportunities to interact with the employers, and they have the potential internship and networking opportunities with all the leading multinational giants like Google, Apple, PlayStation, Salesforce, Oracle, YouTube, Twitter, Netflix, PlayStation, Pixar, Facebook, etc. In fact, YouTube is right in the in San Bruno, where our Skyline College is, and PlayStation is in Redwood City, where our Pineda College is. As far as other services are concerned, we are renowned for our exclusive. We have an exclusive UC Berkeley transfer pathway program, and we also teach the honors programs, which means that the students have high chances of getting the transfers to the UCLA system as well. Now, coming to the next slide, please. Only 2 minutes left. So can you please turn on the next slide? Okay, so I'll not take much of your time. So we are hosting close to 30,000 students. So you can visit our website. We are the first awarding STEM center in the California in terms of offering this service to students, as well as we also have this Base 11 summer fellowship program wherein the students collaborate with our mentors, and they get the internship opportunities with Caltech, UC Irvine, and USCs, and earn between $5,000 to $6,000. Please, next slide, please. Most of our presenters have actually talked about the community colleges. So we are a 2+2, as I said. 46% of the American students, they go through the community colleges track, and it saves you a lot. So next slide, please, because we don't have much of the time. I'll just quickly move to the next slide. Now, these are the benefits. So when you attend the community colleges, so you are actually saving up to $70,000 in tuition fees if you compare it with the UC system. So you study with us, and you're just spending $20,000 in the first 2 years and earning 60 credits and transferring to the UC system in the third and the fourth year. Smooth integration to the American culture and the society. You have wider choice of the universities to look at when you are in the US as compared to when you are in India. And obviously, you have this option of doing internships and the CPTs and the OPTs while you are in Silicon Valley. Next slide, please. Thank you. So these are our few success stories wherein few of our Indian students have actually got to. Sujaya, Arundhati, Veer, and Harpreet Kaur. Most of them have got into the UC system. So we, as I said, that we are very renowned for our 2+2 transfer tracks, where the students study for the first 2 years and get transferred into the UC system. Next slide, please. Okay, so we have a very hassle-free application process. You have my details there on the slide. You can actually study with us in fall, or you can actually go in and study in the September intake as in the spring intake as well. Now, if I talk about the, can you hear me, Khwaja?
Please go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'll just take, I would say, another 30 seconds.
Go ahead. No worries. Yeah.
Okay, now I just want to touch upon the online, global online program that we have recently launched. So what happens is that we are in this current situation now, most of the universities are taking as a substitute, but we are not taking that as a substitute. We are actually supplementing or complementing with the programs, the on-campus classes, which we are offering to the students. So what happens is, while you're studying your year 11 and 12, when you are in 11th and 12th in India, or even you have just done your 12th and waiting for the results, you can start with our few online courses wherein you can earn up to 30 credits in a year. So what you can do is, you don't have to defer your, or you don't have to delay your education plan. While you're in India, start with us in the fall intake, earn up to 30 credits with us, between 12 to 24 credits, or 12 to 15 credits in a semester. And then you can come to the US in our campus and do the second year at our community college as well. So that's a unique offering that we have for our students in India. So that's what I just wanted to explain to you. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Karan. And now we can open up for the question answer round. So if we have any specific questions for anyone, the students may just write in. And all right, so we have the survey question. First, let us go through the survey question. How many of you were aware that students can transfer to top US universities through community colleges and finish their undergrads by saving USD 50,000 to 80,000 in the first 2 years? So please go ahead and submit your replies, and then we can, of course, go ahead and take on questions. Of course, Karan, you can stay around, and if there were any questions directed to your university, you can, of course, address them right away.
Sure.
So do we have any questions for San Mateo College? Students, if you have any questions, you can just type in. All right, so Naveen, can we have, I think, Can we have Elisabeth to address any questions if there are? Can you bring in Elisabeth, please? Bring Elisabeth on board. If we have her around. All right. All right, Elisabeth, if you want to address any questions that came for you in particular, then you can address them.
Perfect. I tried to follow up in the chat with some of the specific questions. I know I had a student ask about details for our aviation program and the cost for those, as well as the cost for accommodation. So for our aviation program, students are eligible for that automatic cultural contribution scholarship that you would receive towards your tuition. But then you'll also have additional fees for the flight instruction as well. So if you're going for the professional pilot track, just note that there are flight instruction fees. Those are billed to students based on the number of flight hours that you need for your specific level of training for the pilot license that you're working towards. So you would start off working towards your private pilot license all the way up to eventually your commercial license. And so students can actually pay their flight course fees as well as their tuition fees in payment installments. So you don't have to pay everything up front. We will work with students, especially our aviation students, to establish a payment plan since aviation flight fees can get expensive pretty quickly. So hopefully you'll have a chance to look through the details of that program in the link that I shared. And then also for our accommodations as well, in our total cost of attendance with tuition fees and accommodations, we estimate about $23,000 US per year for everything is what you can expect to spend for our bachelor degree programs. So that again includes tuition fees and living expenses. All right, I think that answers the questions that I saw in the chat box.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Elisabeth.
Thanks.
Can we bring in Rashad, please? And he can address the questions that were addressed to him. Rashad, if you can hear me, then you could.
I can hear you, yeah.
So yeah, if you have any questions that were addressed to you, you may just go ahead and address them.
I didn't see any.
Okay. So I guess you've already shared your information. So
yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
I'm scrolling. I don't see anything right now, but.
All right, that's great. So okay, thank you so much. So can we bring in Apurv, please? Can we bring in Apurv back again? Apurv, if you can hear me, then you can turn on your video and your audio, and you can address the questions if there are. Yeah, I see one for Apurv. What is the maximum percentage of scholarship that your institution can offer? So Apurv, if you can hear me, then you can address that question. Although I see you have shared a link there. I'm not sure if Apurv can hear me. Maybe Naveen, you can remove him and bring him back again. And then after that, if we are not able to connect with Apurv, we can have Liz, who's probably waiting ever since the beginning. We can bring her on. There were some questions for Liz, so Liz may be able to address. I have a couple of people still around from beforehand. I mean the presenters, so they can maybe one by one given a chance. Liz, if you want to address any questions, if you're around. All right, I'm not sure if Liz is able to hear us. All right, can we, if Person is around, then we can maybe bring her in. Apurv, okay, you've brought in Apurv again. So Apurv, if you can hear me, you could address the questions that were there for you. All right, I think I can.
Hello,
I can hear
am I
Apurv.
audible?
Yes, Apurv, please go ahead. There were I think a few questions for you. You can go ahead and address them.
Yeah, so the first question, I guess, was related to scholarship. So I would like to highlight that, as I mentioned before, so on a graduate level, the maximum scholarship that can be available to you at the time of applying is $5,000 like per year, and that is renewable up to 2 years, like given the master's degree. So you can earn up to $10,000 in scholarship. In terms of undergraduate program, you can earn $6,000 per year. So that is like $24,000 for the entire program of 4 years. Beside these scholarships, as I mentioned, like there would be assistantship and teaching assistantship positions, but those would only be available once you've completed your first semester. And on the basis of that, it will be decided if like you would be eligible and you have to like apply for that. The next question that I was addressed to was like related to master's program related to medical. So yes, we do offer, like, because we have a school of medicine. So there is a master's of public health, there is a master's of pharmacology and toxicology. There is also a master's of immunology program. So we don't offer like the MD program, but yeah, there are programs that would cover different aspects related to, you know, the medical school. So I hope that answers like both the questions.
All right, thank you so much, Apurv. Can we bring in Pooja from SLCC? There were some questions for her. And then we can bring in Person, because I saw a few questions for her as well. And probably she's around as well. So can we bring in Pooja Jamnani, the India rep for SLCC?
Presenter as a Pooja Samani.
Okay, I don't see Pooja around. All right, so can we have Person instead of Pooja if she's not around? Can we have Person as the presenter, please? Okay, Pooja is writing back that she is around. All right, so can we first have Person? Naveen, can you hear me?
Hello. So those people are logging with the with your phone. So I'm unable to make a presenter. So if someone
Okay.
is logging to phone, so please come over to your laptop and desktop so that I can.
Okay, Person Akolawala _1 can be made as a presenter.
Yes, yes. Now she is presenter.
Okay, all right. Person, if you can hear me. Person, are you there? If you can hear me, you could switch on your microphone and your video and you can address the questions if you want. All right, so I see her writing. Oh yes, there she is.
Hi, you can hear me now?
Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Over to you.
So I think there were some questions about like community colleges and how beneficial they can be. I cannot agree more with what Pooja has already said about community colleges. It is a very affordable way to get your first 2 years of general education. Just give me 1 second. To get your general education in the United States. And what happens is that you need to understand that the education system in the US, the first 2 years are general education regardless of community college or universities. Community college also gives you assistance in terms of your focus. So if you want to do finance, we will make sure that you're not only completing your gen eds, but then you're also doing some finance classes that are going to help you when you transfer to your choice of college. Most community colleges, and again, even at Lone Star College, we have a transfer specialist. So we work with you from the very first year because we don't want to waste your time or money. So we start you exactly as what you want to achieve. So the first question we would ask you is, what do you want to achieve at the end of this? So we are going to plan your whole 2 years based on what you really want to do towards the end. So if you want to transfer, if a student comes to us and says, we eventually want to go to Texas A&M, we make sure that we have arranged your class schedules in a way and you're taking the classes that you require. One of the good things about community colleges also is that at the end of 2 years, you gain an associate's degree. So you have an additional opportunity to do your OPT. So, it is an associate's is considered an educational level, which means that you are eligible to apply for your optional practical training and work in your field of study before you go on to the next 2 years and complete your bachelor's. At the end of your bachelor's, again, you get another 2 years. So at every educational level, you're getting 2 years. And of course, some community colleges like ours, we have an honors college. Honors college has some prestige attached to it. So when you put all of that on your resume, when you're doing undergraduate research, you do capstone projects in China and Italy and where not. For example, we have a program funded by the French embassy where you go and do your internship in France. All that adds up. So there's absolutely nothing wrong in starting with a community college. And keep in mind that then once you transfer, you become a transfer student. There are more opportunities for scholarships for transfer students. You're not a freshman student. So you can start with a community college with a lesser percentage of marks. Like, you don't have to get a 90% to be admitted to a community college. You don't have to give an SAT in particular. So I think a lot of things add up. So first you want to think about what is it that you ultimately want to achieve? Where do you ultimately want to go? And there's no point in not knowing that either, because you have 2 years to figure it out. I hope that helps.
Right. Thank you so much, Person. Can we have Pooja on board? There are a few questions for her as well from SLCC. And then we can bring in Samantha as well, because there were a few questions for her and she's been around as well. All right, first, can we bring Pooja from SLCC on board? Naveen, can you hear me? If you're having problems in bringing her on board, can we bring in Samantha? All right, Samantha, if you can hear me, then you can go ahead and address the questions that were addressed to you. You just need to switch on the video and audio. Samantha, can you hear me? All right. So can we try Liz one last time, because since Samantha is not available? Liz Tyrell. Liz, if you can hear me, then you can just turn your video and audio on, and you can address any questions that came your way, came for Evergreen. All right. Okay, Samantha is here. It says it is loading. So maybe we can try to bring in Samantha again. And please do not worry, students. We will anyways get back to you, and we will of course take up your questions, and take those questions will definitely be shared with the presenters and with the respective universities. So, all right. So we have Pooja on board. If Pooja, you can turn on your video and microphone, you'll be able to connect with the students and address the students.
So
Yes.
can you hear?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, although I answered a couple of questions in the chat box, there was one question about the credits. So I think person has already answered that question very nicely, but I would like to add more to it. So credit-based system means like you can relate credits with points. Okay, it's similarly like when you play video games. Okay, you get certain points. In order to cross one level, you have to earn some points. Okay, and you get those points by taking actions. Once you take those actions, you cross that level and you move to the next level. Similarly, in US, you have to earn credits. So for bachelors, there are 120 credits. Okay, and for every class, you get certain credits. Like you may get 3 credits for one class, 5 credits for another class. So this way, in order to get your associate degree, you need to earn 60 credits. And once you earn your 60 credits, then all those credits will be transferred to the university, wherein you can start with your third year, and those credits will be carried forward there. And then once you earn 120 credits, then you will get your bachelor's degree. I hope that's clear with the credit-based system. Like once you relate it with points, you can clearly understand what credit means. And rest, I think I have already answered questions. Yeah, that's it.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Pooja. Can you try bringing in Samantha one last time, and then we can probably wind up. Maybe we could try to bring on Samantha if she's still around. All right. I don't. I'm afraid, Samantha, if probably you're having problems in getting through. So, among the presenters, whoever can hear me, is there anyone who would like to add something? You can just type in, and I would, make you the presenter. If there anyone who would like to pitch in, otherwise we can call it a day finally. All right, Karan is there. Yeah, so if you could bring in Karan, and he would just quickly address the questions that came his way. If you could add Karan. All right. All right,
Can you hear me?
Karan. Yes, Karan, please go ahead.
Yeah, if there are any students around, just wanted to make them, we just want to make them understand that what happens is if you're targeting the top universities in the US, because most of them or most of us have actually heard about the top 50 or the top 100 universities in the US. Now, it's not easy to get an admission into these universities because you have to take care of your profile, building up your profile right from the year 9th, 10th onwards. And then you have to worry about various parameters as well. Now, the acceptance rate in all these top universities is not that great. If I talk about the UC Berkeley system, the UC Berkeley, the acceptance rate or the admission rate for the freshman students is roughly 9%. Now, yeah, and for the Indian students, it's hardly, I would say, 4 to 5%. Now, imagine you are building up your profile for the last 2 years, and still you are unable to get into the UC Berkeley or UCLA. Now, if you start your journey at a community colleges, which my other co-panelists were advocating, is that it's an easy transition route. You don't have to worry about all those things like SATs or ACTs or the high scores in TOEFL or APs. You just need to ensure that you are finishing your 12th with good enough grades. If you are a high achiever in your school, it makes your job easier in order to get an admission to these universities because you can cope up well with the US education system. And with the help of the transfer advisors, you can actually earn your credits, as everyone has explained, that you can earn up to 60 credits, and the acceptance rate increases at least 4 times, I would say. So instead of getting an acceptance rate of 9% when you're applying as a freshman student, your acceptance rate straight away increases to 30 to 40% as a transfer student. And as Pooja also mentioned that you earn 2 degrees. So you can actually earn an associate degree with a community college. And then when you get transferred to a UC Berkeley, your chances are more in order to get accepted, and you can earn the degree from the UC Berkeley. So please understand that it is community colleges is a very known concept in the US education system. The sad part is in India, it has not been promoted very wisely. The objective has not been promoted in a fair manner to the students and the end users, because they think that community colleges are an inferior education system, but that's not the case. It's just that there is a smooth transitioning to the US education system, and you don't have to worry about the credits. So that's what we just wanted to highlight on when you're coming to a community college. And definitely, yeah, you save up to, I'm emphasizing again that you save up to $70,000, because imagine you're going to the UC system where you are shelling out $1,800 to $2,000 per credit. Yeah, and with the community colleges, you are paying between $300, let's say $250 to $350 credit. So you are saving 1/6 of your tuition fees in the first 2 years, and you can utilize that money which you have saved in the first 2 years towards your master's degree later on. Okay, so I think you have to be smart enough, especially post-COVID situation, and ensuring that you're getting degrees from the top universities. Yes, you should do that, but then you also have to take care of your financials as well. And the other aspect is obviously that you can get an OPT as well after 2 years. So in a way, you can save your expenses, come back to the education, resume your studies for the 3rd and the 4th year, and then get another OPT of 1 year or 3 years, depending upon whether you're going for a STEM program or a non-STEM program. So that's what I just wanted to highlight again. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Karan. And with that, I think I would like to thank everyone. I mean, all the presenters from the universities that joined us, and also all the students. Thank you so much for being patient and for being around. Well, we will definitely follow up and do the needful at both ends. Thank you very much, and we will definitely keep you, engaged with many more such interactions. Thank you, and take very good care of yourselves, everyone. Bye-bye from Simple Ed.